Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kay. Now I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, okay? So make sure that you're staying safe and you're just trying your best not to spread this thing that's going on. But in the meantime, I know that a lot of you guys are still looking for jobs, you know, and it can be a little bit challenging right now with the whole situation that's going on with the pandemic. But you know, I have a few tips for all the EMTs out there that's trying to become PCTs. Someone asked me in the community tab and this is the answer. So make sure you stay tuned if you want the tips on how to get hired in the hospital setting if you are an EMT. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so as an EMT working in the field, you have a big advantage over some other people that are trying to get that ER tech position. And I'll talk about that in a little bit, but the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is to make sure that you have a really good resume. Okay, so you know, you could definitely use like a template or look online to create your resumes. I have a few videos on YouTube talking about how to create a really good resume. You can watch those videos, and you can send it to my email and I'll look over it and give you like some tips for free. But if you want me to actually create a resume for you, we can also set that up and I'll send you an invoice. Okay, so make sure that your resume looks really, really good. Okay, and then you also want to have a cover letter, because sometimes people don't take the time out to do a cover letter. They try and do a resume and they get lazy and they're like, okay, I'm not going to do this cover letter. But you know, you may get the job, but at the same time, you want to set yourself apart from the crowd. You don't want to be like everybody else, because that's how you get overlooked. You know, if I was trying to hire somebody and I had to choose between someone who did a cover letter and someone that didn't, I may choose the person with a cover letter because I'm like, okay, this person is willing to go the extra mile. So make sure you do a cover letter. And you know, my website's not up right now. I'm kind of working on that. So I can't put it on there, but if you want like a sample of like my cover letter that I use, I'm willing to send that to you. But don't copy it, like don't do the same exact cover letter that I did, because like you have your own experiences and I have mine. So don't just like plagiarize my cover letter. But yeah, so I'm willing to send that to you. Just send me an email, okay? So definitely make sure you have a really good cover letter, and also networking. Okay, so this is the big advantage that you have over someone that doesn't work in the hospital setting. Okay, so you go to the ERs every single day for work, and you could make friends or associates, whatever, but you can talk to people, and that's like sets you apart from a lot of other people that don't have access to go into an ER. And even like with the C-19 situation, it makes it even harder to get in contact with like managers and, you know, different healthcare personnel, because you know, everything's like quarantined at the moment. But you know, you can definitely network. Like what I did was, you know, I went to the ER at this one hospital that I got hired at, and I talked to the staff in the ER. There was a girl working in there. She was working in registration, and I asked her like, how can I get a job working here? And you know, she told me, you know, this is what you got to do, this is who the manager is. Like, she gave me all the information, and she just told me, just go ahead and apply, they're hiring right now because so and so is leaving. So she kind of gave me like a lot of information. Now I'm not gonna chase down the manager every 2 seconds and be like, hey, you know, are you hiring? I mean, I think that you could talk to a manager, like, you know, if you're there frequently, why not? But you don't want to be unprofessional, because you can't be at one job trying to, you know, scout out another job. Like, you're just, you know, you probably create a bad situation for yourself, because you don't want them calling your supervisor also, because sometimes they will call your supervisor as an EMT, like they will call your supervisor from the hospital. So you don't want to, you know, do anything like that. But you could definitely network and ask the people working at the different hospitals, like, are you hiring? Do you know anywhere that's hiring? Because, you know, that advice that she gave me really helped me get the job. So, you know, definitely network, okay? And then the next thing that you want to do, I'm actually going to put a clip at the end of this video. You want to make sure that you're searching the health system, okay? You do not want to just search individual hospitals, because you're kind of like narrowing down your search. When you search the whole health system, what's going to happen is it's going to show you all the hospitals in that organization that are hiring. So that greatly increases your chances of applying for a lot of different jobs and getting hired, okay? So what you want to do is, you know, go to the health system instead of that individual hospital and apply for as many jobs as you can. But you want to make sure that you're applying for jobs that you want or wouldn't mind doing. Okay, so for me, I applied for the flow team, and I also applied for an ER tech position. Like, in EMS, people hate wiping butt and cleaning patients. You know, they kind of like to do the whole thing where you pick the patient up and you dump them at the hospital. So that's why a lot of EMTs and paramedics love the ER setting. But, you know, I said, you know what, let me try the flow team, because at least I wouldn't be like on the same floor like all the time. So I said, okay, I'll try the flow team, and I'll try for the ER tech position. But I had my sights set on ER tech. Okay, that's the only thing I really wanted. I just did the flow team as a backup, and I ended up getting called for the flow team. So, you know, I was like, it was like bittersweet. I was like, you know, I'm kind of excited that I got a call, but at the same time, I was like, dang, I really want the ER tech position. And then I got the interview for the flow team. I love the manager, and it seemed like a great, it would be a great fit. So I just took the job. But the funny thing is, they called me for an interview for the ER also, like, later, but I was already being hired on the flow team, so I said, okay, whatever. But, you know, getting hired on the flow team was like the best decision that I made, because I'm like, dang, I wouldn't want to be stuck working in the ER all the time. Like, being in the ER all the time is like, it could be very hard work, okay? And I don't mind a little bit of hard work, but I feel like that's like a workout for me, like every single day. So I'm like, I'm kind of glad it worked out that way. But I would hate to be stuck working on like a med surg floor. So, you know, don't apply for jobs that you really don't want. So, you know, maybe apply for a job that you wouldn't mind doing, or something that you really, really want. If you know, I don't want to clean no butt, I don't want to bathe patients, I don't want to do any of those things that they do on the floor, then just stick to ER tech. And sometimes you do have to like clean up patients in the ER, but it's not as frequent as working on the floor, okay? So if you don't want something, don't apply. Just wait till you get that opportunity, okay? Because now you're rushing it, and that could just end up really bad. But if you're desperate, apply to everything. If you have your sights set on one thing, just apply to that one thing. And the more applications you put in, the better it's going to be for you, okay? And sometimes it's hard to follow up, you know, with these people and say, hey, I put my application in. So sometimes you really just have to wait. So for me, it really took me like a couple of months to get the job. So sometimes you just gotta be patient, because sometimes it seems like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm not getting the job, that means I'm never gonna get it. But sometimes it's really patience. And if you haven't been an EMT for at least a year, sometimes you just won't get hired. Hospitals like to ensure that you have at least 1 year of EMT experience before they'll hire you. So you want to make sure that you're just being patient and you're not trying to rush it. I know what that's like, and literally like after the 1 year mark, that's when I started getting interviews. Okay, so they really stick to that sometimes. If you say you started March 2019, they're gonna wait till March 2020 to start calling you at times. So you know that can play a factor also. And I'm not saying don't apply, because hey, maybe they really need someone and you probably meet the qualifications and they'll just hire you. But for the most part, from what I've seen, they want you working in EMS for at least a year. Okay, so before I end this video, I'm going to show you guys a really quick clip of what I was talking about earlier about, you know, applying on a health system compared to only applying on an individual hospital's website. It definitely gives you way more options.
All right, so let's say I live in Orlando and I'm looking at jobs at a specific hospital. So Florida Hospital, Orlando. It's going to show me jobs in that area for that company. So Florida Hospital, Orlando, and it's showing me the jobs that are available at that hospital. But in order to expand our search, we're going to try something different. So we are going to look up Advent Health jobs. So Florida Hospital is under Advent Health. Okay, so this is an organization that owns that hospital. But we want to look at other hospitals within Advent Health in order to have a better chance of getting a job. So we're going to click on careers. And then we're going to search jobs. So it's going to show us all the jobs in Advent Health. Okay, so as we're looking, we see that there's different locations. So this is all the different locations that they own. Okay, so it's showing you Orlando, Tampa, and all these other places. So your search is automatically expanded instead of looking in one area. Okay, and also it shows you the different organizations here. So maybe you didn't know about a certain hospital, and it has everything listed here, all the different organizations. And also they have job families. So if you're looking for a job in patient care, you can click on this one and it'll show you all the different jobs. And also if you're looking for emergency services, for example, an ER tech, let's see what they have for that. So this one makes it a lot easier, and it's telling you the different organizations. So automatically our search is expanded. And it also shows you the date that this job was posted. So if it was posted recently, then you have a better chance of getting the job. So those are some things that will make it a lot easier for you to have a better chance of getting the job.
Alright you guys, so that is it for this video. I really hope that it was helpful. Definitely let me know in the comments how your job search is going, and let me know if my tips were helpful to you guys. And you know, definitely share these videos with your friends and other people that are EMTs trying to get a job, because it could be really hard at times. Okay, and thank you guys for your continuous support. I'm almost at 5K. Like, I remember when I was like trying to get to 100 subscribers. Now I'm at 5K. So thank you guys so much for supporting my channel, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.